Looks like we're in like a fight.
Who wants to start?
We're not talking anymore.
No. Well, hello there everyone, welcome back to Sunday Spinning Sunday. I'm Mauricio.
And I'm Ryan!
You guys can see we have a new set we just decorated today, thanks to Ryan Haynes. This episode is going to be dedicated to soundtracks and any kind of soundtrack you can find on vinyl.
So we do have a special guest this weekend. Hey, he's a movie enthusiast. Is that true? No. Jesus Christ.
Hey guys!
You're not Jesus Christ.
Well, in my mind I am.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Dodd.
What a good looking guy. Do you own any vinyl?
I own none. I don't know if you guys
Give
know
it away.
this, but like these things called CDs were invented. I'm not a music guy per se, but the films that we have soundtracks to here today, I do know a lot about.
And you can make us look really stupid.
Like too hard.
But yes, we have a theme dedicated to space. Movies related with space. So yeah, 2001 in Space Odyssey is a classic from Stanley Kubrick, one of our favorite directors. Yeah, I would say the whole movie is like a trip. Just the audio is like a separate kind of trip where you can create your own images in your head.
Revolutionary in special effects. This movie came out 9 years before Star Wars. Critics panned it. They said Kubrick was pompous and this was just self-congratulatory and but then they started to realize that this was the late 60s and everyone was high and people...
They still are.
Yeah. People went to go see this movie because it was so surreal and trippy. So they drop acid or whatever and then they go see this, and so the marketers realized that and they added a tagline to it on the poster, take the ultimate trip or something like that, the ultimate trip.
You can compare this film for sure with Interstellar.
This is the boring Interstellar.
David Bowie saw this. It was a huge influence on Space Oddity. You
Yeah.
wouldn't have Space Oddity without Space Odyssey.
I don't think I'd ever heard the isolated score before. That's right kids, there's no sound for a really long time, so you'll probably think it's boring. What's it called? You know, the...
I think it's Requiem for soprano, mezzo-sopranos. This one's pretty cool because it's an illustrated cover, just like the old posters used to be.
Movies, yeah, posters had to be painted. They didn't know. There's no Photoshop. Ooga chaka.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. I don't know the rest of the song. Hooked on a feeling.
This is probably one of the better Marvel films and an amazing soundtrack. It's actually called Awesome Mix Volume 1. Yes, it is a double LP. One LP is the songs that were featured on, and the other one is the original score.
Composed by Tyler Bates.
So Hooked on a Feeling, which we were just singing.
Yeah.
Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum. Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie.
You have to mention that.
Jackson 5,
I wonder
Cherry
that-
Bomb, that one's the best. Escape, the Pina Colada song, just to end off the soundtrack. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Also found on the Stepmom soundtrack.
And that's our third album that we're going to be talking about. Some amazing voice acting by Vin Diesel as Groot. Yeah.
And he didn't get an Oscar. No.
Come on, Academy.
Come on, Academy.
Well, there's a volume 2 coming and I can't wait to see the track list on that one.
Excellent point. They're probably sitting down right now being like, what songs do we have to include?
The success of the next film, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be based on the music art. And now one of my personal favorites, I think Andrew is with me in this one.
It's okay.
It's kind of okay. They come out of Yay! Of course I'm talking about Star Wars again. The first one. A classic that I'm pretty sure you kids know because it's been around for a long time and it's coming back.
should.
I have hopes and now the thing's gonna turn right.
We all have hopes.
We all have hopes. There's a new hope.
There is a new hope.
He's joking, the guy.
I would like to comment. I believe the soundtrack, not unlike the films themselves, thanks George, have been released over and over and over and over again. If I'm not mistaken, and I haven't looked this up or anything, that this is like probably the first soundtrack that was released. It's so old, it just says Star Wars, right? There's no episode 4 attached or no. It doesn't even say A New Hope. So when Star Wars was first released in 1977, Lucas didn't know that that there were going to be any sequels to it, because
Yeah.
no one knew that this movie was going to be a success. And then after it was a big success, George went, now I can make some more money, and decided that he was going to make more, and hastily rushed it back to editing and added Episode 4, A New Hope, to it. So I think this is so old that it predates that.
Ooh,
It says 1977, 20th Century Fox.
Now you can't touch it.
Colin used to own this.
Well, Colin, not anymore.
But you're kicking yourself now,
Yeah.
Colin. Have we mentioned yet that this is written and composed by John Williams? Basically, he was responsible for the soundtrack to all our childhoods. Okay, let's name the movies. Any movie that John Williams created.
This is a challenge.
A classic theme for, and we'll go one at a time and see how long we
Okay.
can go.
Jaws.
Dun dun dun
Dun dun dun dun dun dun dun.
Start easy. Star Wars.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
That's a good one.
Da, 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 da.
E.T. of course.
Jurassic Park. Dun, 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 dun,
Don't start the sing.
Okay, I got two more. Dun, 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 dun. That's the theme to the Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Dun, 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 dun.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Here's a little
We salute you.
factoid.
Yes.
One of the most iconic scenes from this movie is Luke being told that he has no life and that he can't leave the farm, and he's basically going to be stuck there for whatever, leaves in a huff and goes and stands outside and watches the binary sunset, and there's this big swell of the what's been dubbed the Force theme. Yeah. So there is a version of the soundtrack, and it has a bunch of bonus tracks. Williams originally composed a different theme for when Luke was looking at the sunset. And it was kind of morose, it was kind of imposing, it was kind of negative. And supposedly, Lucas himself, once hearing it, said, I don't like this, you've got to make it different. You've got to make it have more emotion.
Where's my Doritos?
Where's my Doritos? So that's one of the changes that reportedly George Lucas made to these movies that actually benefited them. George probably gave him a direction like, again, but better. He was probably pissed.
Don't cross the streams! Wait, wrong movie.
Wait. Let me change the color. Purple? No. Yellow? On the red. Green? No. Blue.
Alright, so there we go. Those are the 3 soundtracks that we talked about in this episode. Thank you, Andrew, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had a blast.
Just like every other movie, there's always a sequel. Andrew
I probably won't be as good the second time.
You might be a Terminator too.
Ah.
Anyway, but thank you very much, guys, for being here. This was Sunday Spinning Sunday. I'm Mauricio.
I'm Ryan.
And he's Andrew.
I'm Andrew.
And remember to like, share, and subscribe.
So I just wanted to know, what's your favorite soundtrack? Comment in the section below. And you guys, what's your favorite soundtrack?
Probably The Empire Strikes Back, or possibly E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
I have to go with Eddie Vedder and Into the Wild.
Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to the Delta where I can have my fun. I'm going to the Delta.
Goodbye, everyone.
May the Force be with you.
Yeah, live long and prosper.
No!